Hi, it's Dr. Tumelli. I just want to give you an overview of the next, 4 weeks, 3.5 weeks, however you want to slice it here, but starting with week 4. So week 4 is the resume or the professional portfolio. So as I maybe talked about in the beginning, this course is trying to meet you where you're at in terms of your professional development and career prospects. And so, some of the feedback from students throughout the years was, well, I have a resume, I'm pretty, comfortable with that. What's another option I could do to show, for this assignment? And so professional portfolio is something that you can do for this if you feel like you're more advanced in your career and you want to put something together that will advance you in that career or that field, or set you up for something different. The resume obviously is more for, just applying for a job and that sort of thing. So you can hear more about that with this recorded video about the difference between the resume and the professional portfolio. So an explanation of this week's options. There's some reading for you to do. The resume pointers, I again have put together over the years, trying to pinpoint, what are some good things to include or not include in a resume. Action verbs, those are really key for a resume. So, you want to make sure that your resume sounds really active and exciting and that you've been doing some great things. So that would be action verbs. I've also, there's some resources there too for whether you're an older worker or returning to the workforce. So hopefully you'll find a lot of those readings helpful. And then this is where you will be submitting your assignment by clicking on that link. So in week 5, you'll do the course plan in Capstone 2. Oh, and I should say, back looking at this resume, make sure you're checking out the fieldwork investigation. Again, it's kind of like that professional investigation. You want to start thinking ahead on that assignment to get some contacts and things like that. You can, I guess what I would say, double dip. If there was just some really good people from your professional investigation, you really like the organization that they work for, you can ask for a follow-up interview to ask more about the organization itself. So make sure you're starting to think about that as we start week 4. Week 5, the course plan. This is just really important. I check these because I want to make sure everybody's on track. As you know from our program schedule, that a lot of our classes are only offered once a year. Our capstones are a little bit more flexible, but in terms of our, theories and statistics, those are only offered in certain terms. So it's pretty important that you know that and that you can plan out your, however long you're deciding to take. If you're taking one course a session, or if you're taking more than that, but that gives us an idea, and then I can hopefully catch anything where I'm like, oh, that's not going to work, and so that's to your benefit. Capstone 2 proposal. This is kind of for forecasting ahead in terms of what you'll be doing in Capstone 2 with Dr. Van Vliet, and so this is what she has set up. So we've tried to match the assignments so that this will help you with your Capstone 2 proposal when you actually get into Capstone 2. Fieldwork, again, something to start thinking about weeks prior to that. But this is where you're doing, just a process, again, of investigation, thinking ahead about the potential organizations for your fieldwork experience that you'll complete in Capstone 3. It's okay at this point if, this doesn't sound like a match for me, or this organization had said no, they don't have any of these kind of opportunities. That's fine. I mean, that's part of the investigation process. You'll say, well, I'll check that one off my list and move on and try something different. So it's okay to record that, to say no, and then hopefully then when you're doing some more planning with Capstone 2 and then into Capstone 3, you'll have some ideas of, which organizations sound supportive and interesting and which ones are not. So that's what this assignment is for, to kind of get you thinking about that. And then week 7 is really the wrap up. It's just, I kind of have that half week on this last week because there's not too much to do. Just a reflection of the course, thinking back, what did you learn, enjoy, not enjoy, what was maybe difficult for you or easy, just anything that you really want to talk about in the last 7 weeks. And then also filing your IPOS. This is kind of more of an administrative thing. Some of you might have already done this, but students are required to file this. And so we just think it's a good time to think about doing it at the end of Capstone 1. But this is really kind of more of an administration piece. So if you do have any questions about submitting that, you'll want to reach out to our graduate coordinator, Bobette, and she can help answer any questions you have after you download the guide and go for filing and you have any questions from there. So, that's really these next 4 weeks, or next 3.5 weeks in a nutshell. I'm looking forward to seeing those professional investigations that you've put together, and I hope this all comes together for you and you're enjoying your capstone experience. Thanks.